Our film for tonight begins at a secret facility where scientists conduct strange experiments on humans. These experiments aim to transform them into superhuman heroes. After years, we meet a group of military officials who are testing war robots to ensure their efficiency. The scientists' ultimate goal is to create armies of robots to replace humans. However, a sudden malfunction occurs in the robots, causing them to indiscriminately attack everything around them, including the officials. Suddenly, a peculiar-looking man emerges from among the robots. He possesses extraordinary powers and can control the robots. He takes control of them and walks away. News of this event reaches Moscow, leading the leaders to convene an emergency military meeting. One of the leaders, General Dalgov, reveals the truth about what happened years ago. He informs them that the man who appeared among the robots is named August. He explains that in 1940, the Soviet Union was working on a significant project in a secret institution called the National Institute. The goal of the national project was to alter genes through experiments conducted on humans and animals. August was the responsible scientist in charge of the project's technology division. He was working on a special experiment that aimed to enable remote control over all robots and machines. However, all of his experiments failed, leading to the closure of his department. The problem was that they appointed a successful scientist named Victor to replace him, which August resented. August wanted to prove that he was more successful than Victor, so he stole Victor's secret research and began conducting dangerous genetic experiments on humans. However, his experiments, as usual, failed and resulted in the deaths of many innocent people. When the government found out about these events, they decided to capture and execute August. But before they could reach him, he locked himself in his laboratory and detonated a bomb. Strangely, he didn't die because the chemical substances in the bomb altered his genetic makeup, turning him into a superhuman. After some time, he continued his experiment and discovered that he could control all war robots and human-made machines, such as cars and other devices. As a result, it became difficult for humans to capture him due to his immense power. Therefore, Dalgov decides to search for all the successful superhuman heroes resulting from the biological experiments and assemble them into one team to help capture August. At the same time, August is present in the military warehouse, stealing numerous equipment, indicating that he is planning something dangerous. Then we move to the headquarters of the National Institute, where Dalgov asks an officer named Edina to locate all the superhuman heroes on Earth within 2 weeks. Edina begins distributing tasks to her team, and each member puts in their best effort to pinpoint the locations of the existing superhuman heroes on Earth. After a while, we go to the country of Armenia, where we meet a superhuman named Lear. His power is that he can control rocks and manipulate them. Elena approaches him and offers him to join her team. However, he refuses, claiming that she will eventually abandon him. Just as he is about to leave, Elena convinces him that she will help him get revenge on August. Reluctantly, Lear agrees to join her team, and they head to Kazakhstan, where they encounter another superhuman named Khan. He is engaged in a fierce battle with a notorious gang, moving at an incredible speed. He manages to divide the gang leader's car in half, and even when they try to shoot at him, they fail because of his incredible speed. After the battle, Khan finds himself facing Lear, who offers him a chance to join the team for the purpose of seeking vengeance against August. Khan hesitates but ultimately agrees to join them, aware that the mission will be challenging. Later, they visit a circus in Moscow and witness a girl named Sinya performing in front of a large audience. Suddenly, she jumps into the water and transforms into a transparent form, resembling water itself. The audience is amazed by her performance, and after she emerges from the water, Sinya changes her clothes. Suddenly, she notices Khan standing in front of her, and she attacks him. They engage in a fierce fight, but Khan's skills allow him to defend himself against her attacks. Eventually, they stop fighting, and Sinya asks him who he is and what he wants exactly. Khan asks her to focus and tells her that they all know her and that they are old friends. He explains that they know the person who caused her memory loss and asks her to join their team for revenge. At that moment, Lear appears behind her, trying to convince her again, but she remains indifferent and continues to fight. Suddenly, Arsus appears, revealing his true form, and he tells her that they all know her and that they have been friends for a long time. He asks her to join the team so that they can all seek revenge together. Meanwhile, August is shown in his secret laboratory, creating a massive army. The story shifts back to the team after they reach their base. Sinya reveals that she has lost her memory for a long time and that doctors have assured her that her memory will gradually return. She also explains that she noticed she doesn't age like the rest of her generation because of her extraordinary abilities. So Elena tells her that she can hide herself whenever she wants, and that temperature doesn't affect her. Elena asks her if she agrees to join the team, and she responds that she will join, but to try to regain her memory, not to seek revenge on August. At that moment, the team is interrupted by August, who informs them that they have located his whereabouts. The team quickly prepares for the mission, and after a while, they arrive at a junkyard surrounded by armed forces. They engage in a battle with the armies present and manage to defeat them. Unfortunately, Khan is injected with a sedative and Arsus captures Sinya. Meanwhile, Lear confronts August alone and they engage in a violent fight. Despite August being much stronger, Lear manages to defeat him and leaves him on the ground. Afterward, August captures the team and locks them in a cell. He reveals that he knows each of their weaknesses and that they will not be able to defeat him because he is the one who created them. Arsus asks him to spare Sinya because she has lost her memory, but August ignores his request. The news reports talk about the tanks and machines that are spreading in the streets and destroying the cities. The person behind all this chaos is unknown, and nobody knows his exact plan. However, it is strange that the machines are heading towards the capital. Panic among the population increases as Ujaz destroys the entire city, and people are afraid to leave their homes. At that time, Elena reaches Lear's location and finds him unconscious. She takes him with her to provide medical help. Meanwhile, August reaches Ujaz and tells him that their agreement was not to destroy the city in this way. He also criticizes Ujaz for not keeping his promise to spare Sinya. Ujaz becomes angry and throws August to the ground violently. At the same time, Victor visits Elena at the base and tells her that he heard about what happened. He offers his help and informs her about the secret laboratory's location. He gives her the address so that she can go and capture August. Victor helps Lear by treating his injuries. After a while, Elena and her team reach August's laboratory and defeat all the guards. Then they free the team from the cell and discover that Ujaz betrayed them. Elena decides to take responsibility for the mission instead of him to prevent August from destroying the world. They return to the base, and Arsus tells Elena that he wants to talk to Victor. So Arsus hides something from Elena, and she asks him to confess everything he's hiding because they are now one team. Arsus tells her that recently he feels like the animal part within him has more control than the human part. Even when he returns to his human form, he still feels that his human emotions disappear more and more with each transformation. He's afraid of being trapped in that part for the rest of his life. That's why he needs to consult Victor about this conversation because he's the only one who can help him. Elena asks him not to worry because she will do everything she can to assist him. At the same time, Dr. Victor is working in the laboratory when August suddenly enters and tells him that it's been a long time since he last saw him. He accuses Victor of being a traitor, but Victor defends himself, assuring him that he has never betrayed him and their goals were different from the beginning. Then, August mocks him and says it's the perfect time to prove his success to the world and make his final sale. Before leaving, he ignites a specific gas and suffocates Victor, singing to him. Meanwhile, Elena receives strange news because she knows that August has taken control of a satellite in space and is currently attempting to take control of all the satellites surrounding the Earth. His plan is to gain control over all the machines in the world. Elena quickly identifies his location and realizes he is above a specific tower, emitting certain signals and intercepting the satellites. The aircraft reach the tower and discover that August has completely surrounded it with a powerful force field, causing anyone who tries to penetrate it to die instantly. Upon hearing what happened, Elena decides to execute her final plan. The team equips themselves with advanced protective suits and weapons, and they train to enhance their abilities with the suits. Then they prepare to carry out the mission. After a while, they arrive at August's location, and the first thing they do is attack his guards and bravely kill them, despite their large numbers. At that moment, they see a man armed with a gun aiming at Sinya, and she falls to the ground. He is about to kill her, and fortunately, Arsus intervenes at that moment after transforming into an animal. He quickly deals with the man and protects Sinya. Meanwhile, Elena reaches August's laboratory and finds Victor lying on the ground, but he is still alive. At the same moment, Lyre and Arsus ascend to the top of the tower and wait for Khan to arrive in the aircraft to take them to the second tower. However, a sudden malfunction occurs in Khan's aircraft due to the powerful force field surrounding the tower, preventing it from moving. It leaves them with no choice but to go to the second tower themselves without using the aircraft. They start moving towards the tower, and the guards spot them, attempting to shoot at them. Arsus is on the verge of falling, and the team becomes extremely tense. At that moment, Khan jumps down from his aircraft, quickly eliminates all the guards, and saves his friends. Meanwhile, Victor speaks to Elena and tells her that they can defeat August in only one way. They need the 4 superheroes to combine their powers into a single force, but they must be extremely cautious because any mistake during the merging process could be fatal for all 4 of them. At that moment, the 4 superheroes reach the generator that supplies the force field with energy. To stop the energy production, they need a strong metal, but unfortunately, there is no metal capable of withstanding such high temperatures. Therefore, Sinya decides to touch the generator herself and take control of the force field, preventing the energy production. She succeeds without harming herself. The army rejoices and prepares to destroy the tower. But Elena asks the army not to attack the tower yet because she wants to give the superheroes a chance to kill August. After a while, the 4 superheroes reach August and attempt to attack him, but he easily defeats them one by one. Sensing the danger, Sinya decides to hide herself, and Lyre starts attacking August without him noticing. At that moment, Khan prepares to kill August with his swords, but August manages to free himself and knocks Arsus to the ground with a single punch. The army informs Elena that their plan will lead them to destruction if they don't strike the missiles at the tower in time. Elena feels frustrated and considers leaving them and walking away when the team realizes there's no hope and decides to save their own lives by escaping from the tower. Suddenly, Khan uses his rope from the aircraft above them, asking the team to hold on to it. They manage to escape from the tower at the right moment, just before the army's missiles destroy the place. Elena reaches them after they come out of the river to coordinate the final plan. Meanwhile, August is destroying the army's aircraft with ease as he now controls them, mocking the foolishness of the army's plan. He then proceeds to broadcast signals and take control of all the satellites. Elena, at this time, communicates with the superheroes about the power merging plan and tells them it's their only hope. However, she warns them that the plan is dangerous and could be fatal for all of them if not executed correctly. Arsus tells her that the plan is worth a try, and the 4 superheroes begin merging their powers, creating a massive energy field. They direct the energy field towards the tower and completely destroy it. August loses satellite communication and falls from the tower, dying. Afterwards, the news assures the citizens that everything has returned to normal, and the government will take care of rebuilding the destroyed cities. After a few days, Elena and the 4 superheroes witness the city of Moscow being restored and rebuilt. They are incredibly happy with their victory. Elena thanks them for everything they have done and expresses her pride in all of them. Sinya tells her that her memory is starting to return, although she still doesn't remember everything. She is confident that her memory will fully recover with time. The superheroes decide to return to their normal lives or part ways again, but before they leave, Elena lets them know that she may need them again in the future. They assure her not to worry because they are ready to save the world multiple times. In the end, Elena informs them that the government has located other superheroes and wants to include them in the team. The film ends, reminding the audience to subscribe to the channel of Happy Dreams and to support them with likes and shares. We now leave you and wish you good luck and happy dreams.